take his place in the Paralympics in 3 days' time. He's one of our athletes in the shooting event, and he lives with a condition called Charcot-Marie-Tooth disease, which is, as you can imagine, a somewhat confusing title for something which does not affect your mouth. It's a neurological disorder which affects the nerves and muscles of around 23,000 people in the UK today. Well, there is a month-long campaign starting today to raise awareness of the condition, and Alex Williamson from Leatherhead was diagnosed with it at the age of 33. Hi there, Alex.
Hello, good morning.
Tell us a little bit more then about Charcot... Is it Marie-Tooth or
Yes.
Marie-Tooth?
It's Charcot-Marie-Tooth, and as you said, it's nothing to do with teeth.
Presumably it's named after one of the people who discovered it.
Yeah. Three of them, actually.
Right.
The first two, Charcot and Marie, were French neurologists, and the last one, Tooth, was an Englishman from London.
How does it affect you?
Well, what it does is it affects the peripheral nerves in your hands and the peripheral nerves in general. But because of the peripheral nerves, it really only gets to your hands and your feet, and it causes progressive muscle weakness. And some people are very badly affected, are in wheelchairs. Other people, like myself, are only, I would say moderately affected, walk with some difficulty and have to wear splints. And our hands are a bit clumsy. We tend to drop things, and we can't thread needles, and we can't do buttons and things like that.
I must admit, I'd only come across it when I bumped into Ben Jessup, and that was only a couple of weeks ago. So, I mean, it just goes to show how the Paralympics is highlighting all sorts of disability.
Well, that's right. And in fact, the chair of our association is a Paralympian herself from 1984. She won a gold and a bronze in 1984. But, I mean, she is very badly affected and is totally confined to a wheelchair now.
Yeah. But it's with impeccable timing, then, that she decided, along with her colleagues, to launch the campaign.
Indeed it was,
What do you want? Is it money for research into finding out how this disease can be cured, or what?
It's a variety of things. The first thing, as you pointed out, it's actually it's quite a common neurological disease. It's often misdiagnosed, and people don't know they've got it. They find out they've got it when it's too late to help them. So what we're about is making people aware, particularly general practitioners, aware of this disease so it can be diagnosed early. And although there's no cure for it, people can be given a lot of help with physiotherapy, braces on their feet, that kind of thing.
How might you be suspicious that you or your partner might have it if you've got some kind of problem, but your GP can't put their finger on it? What is it that you would first notice?
The first thing I noticed, and I think it's true of a lot of people, I suddenly found that when I was walking, I would fall over my toes. And then I realised I couldn't move. I mean, now, for example, I have absolutely no movement in my feet at all. I can't flex my toes. I can't stand on my tiptoes. I can't stand back on my heels.
How old were you when this first started?
Well, I was absolutely hopeless at sport at school. Just thought I was useless at sport, Lots of people are. And it was only when I became pregnant, when I was 30, I realised that there was definitely something wrong. I fell a lot. And then, as I say, I noticed that suddenly I couldn't move my toes anymore. So
you could have had it for, a decade or so without really knowing?
It's inherited. I've had it from birth. My mother has had it. I got it from her. I've got it, but I haven't given it to my daughter, happily.
Well, I'm pleased to hear that. Alex, how do we find out more about this?
The best thing to do is go to our website, which is www.cmt.org.uk.
Well, I wish you all the very best in your awareness campaign this month.
Thank you very much.
And I sincerely hope that more people are better aware of it, so they're able to sort of have it diagnosed, more research money is raised, and all that sort of thing.
Thank you very much.
Good to speak to you. Thanks very much for coming on. That's Alex Williamson from Leatherhead, who's got Charcot-Marie-Tooth disease, as we have discovered, nothing to do with your teeth. Neurological disorder affects the nerves. And if you want to see Ben Jessup in action, he's got the same condition. He's in the shooting, and his event starts in 3 days' time. He lives in Maidenbarrow, Crawley. So we're right behind him and all that sort of thing.